What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop. Let's go.
Yeah. Great fire. Rich famous.
When the winner chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupe all gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. When the winner chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupe all gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. I'm trying to get rich. Who else in the building trying to break the house? What it do, people? Happy Monday. Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. New week, new weekend, new day, new chances, new opportunities to get some winner chicken dinners. And as always, as we start, we do a recap of yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday probably was one of the worst days ever picking. And again, I don't know if that's because Sunday is so busy with football and got to get up early, do the video, etc. Just a lot of bad picks. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be all the way transparent like we always do. Yesterday we went 2-9, like horrible. And we gave out 5 locks. The only lock that hit was the Golden State Warriors. That was a good look for us. But Portland was a horrible pick. Even without Memphis having 2 of their best starters, they was just head and shoulders better. Chauncey Billups, you need to be out of there. Seriously, don't even want to like get on this show and be calling for people's jobs. But it is a results-based business, and you haven't been doing nothing. Phoenix, L. Trashington. We knew Kevin Durant was out, but it's like Booker, Bill, you know what I mean, Nurkic. You got some players, you know what I mean? Like you got Grayson Allen off the bench. You got, Tyus Jones supposed to be the glue of the team and being the point guard. And they get the overtime and DeMar DeRozan scored the 16 straight points for Sacramento. Like he's the new guy now. Fox, move over. We'll see moving forward, but right now he's the guy. I get it. He's the veteran. My New York Knicks, jeez, I told y'all, they on a no-fly list now. I'm officially today making a no-fly list. Phoenix is on there. My Knicks is on there. Obviously, Atlanta is on there. Portland is definitely on there, even though we wasn't betting with Portland like that. Who else? Houston, out there in Detroit town. Was looking like they was going to cover, then they didn't cover. At the end, they still won the game, but they should have covered too much Tobias Harris. And again, Harris and Tim Hardaway, veterans in the game, with Cunningham and, the new coach, etc. Detroit looking high. They're playing good, and for the most part, they you could take them in spots. We thought Houston was a good pick. So out of the locks, not from Yonkers, we went 1-5. Like I said, we did horrible yesterday. So we lost Houston, Knicks, Portland, and Phoenix. Who else? Miami won. We should have made them a lock, but they didn't. They won outright. Minnesota's trash sometimes. And last but not least, we had Philly thinking they could get their first win at home. Even though they did win, thought they would cover, but they didn't cover. So there's that. All right. So here go the total records before we get to today's slate. Our overall record, we 71-80, so we now 9 games under 500. And for the locks, not from Yonkers, we 32-35. Still not doing horrible, but, depending on what you're betting per game, per unit, as I'm learning, then you down 3 units or whatever, right? We're going to try to rectify that out. Like, again, new week, new day, new opportunities. Let's see if we can make some money with the books today. I hate losing. I fucking hate losing. First game up. We got Cleveland rocks, out at Chicago Bulls. Bulls getting 8. Cleveland coming off that game off Brooklyn, even though they won. We had Brooklyn the day we went 4-0, and then the next day we go 9-2. Like, come on, bro. Ups and downs of betting, I tell you, right? You just got to have bullets in the chamber so you can get a chance. You know what I mean? As long as you got bullets, which is money to bet, you know, then you got a chance. When you ain't got no money, you ain't got no chance. All right, we got Cleveland. They had a tough game against Brooklyn at home. Brooklyn came in there, gave them a scare. They won by 5. Now they're out on the road. I think they recalibrate. I think they believing in the hype. It definitely feels different in Cleveland. Chicago Bulls, they all right. I mean, you know, they 4-6, hovering under 500. 8 at home is a lot, but I'm going to go with Cleveland to bounce back. Even though they didn't lose, what I mean bounce back is, you know, take this game more serious, back out on the road. You got that 10-0. You are the only undefeated team in the NBA thus far. We know they're not going 82-0. And we know they're not breaking the Bulls record. We know they're not breaking Golden State record, right? But they are going to be, I see them winning 60 games, 62 games, 65 games if they keep this energy and they're healthy. With that being said, I'm going with Cleveland tonight. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. I'm going to lay the 8 points. Next game, Washington, another bad, horrible team, right? Thinking they could keep it close yesterday with that 11.5 at Orlando, and we was wrong. Today they getting 13.5 from Houston. Houston is above 500, 6-4. Washington is 2-6. Both played yesterday, so they both on a back-to-back. Houston flying from Detroit home, and Washington is flying from Orlando. Not really in love with this game, although I think Houston will cover. I'm not going to be rushing to the window and, you know, like, let me put it all on Houston. I don't really feel comfortable, but for the sake of the channel and picking the game, I do think Houston will win the game. They should cover. Next game, we ain't even going to stay long. It's only 5 games, and it's Monday. I just fresh out the gym. You see the guns, and I also got some stuff to do. Sacramento, another team that's on a no-fly zone, right? Like, even though they burnt me yesterday, when I do go with them like the Knicks, I get burned. When I bet against them, I get burned. For some reason, it's Phoenix, it's Sacramento, it's Indiana. Certain teams, it's my New York Knicks. I keep getting burned when I go against them or I bet with them. Either way, I'm fucked. Sacramento at the Spurs. Spurs getting 1. Spurs comfortable at the crib. Just played Utah, lost. Utah got their first win of the season, or second one, I think the first win. Then they beat Portland before that. Vessel was back. Spurs are getting healthier. Pop is still out. You know what I mean? We hope he get better. Sacramento off the back-to-back, or on the back-to-back, played Phoenix yesterday. Now you fly into the Spurs. All you really got to do is just win. I'm going to go with Sacramento. I'm definitely not betting this game. But my strange senses say Spurs going to win today. But I can't bet on them even to win. I can't bet on them. But I think Sacramento will win. Or I'm going to pick them for the channel. But honestly, I think Spurs is possibly going to win for some reason. Sacramento still got to prove it to me. And they did prove it yesterday against Phoenix. Next game, we got Brooklyn out at Pelicans. Pelicans been looking like L. Trashington. It's stinky over there. Zion in and out, hamstring your weight. You know what I mean? And this is why people was looking at you with the placement that you went in the draft. And you were talking about you want to come to New York. I get it. Injuries is a part of the game. For the most part, there's really nothing you could do about it, especially if people bumping into you or if you doing everything in your power to take care of your body, but on the court you get injured. But it's just to seem like, yeah, you get us there, but that's not it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, but that's not it. And, it's just like double dutch. You want to jump in, but you know what I mean? And we waiting for you to be great and be the John Morants and to be some of the top draft picks that came out in the last few years, but you haven't been doing it for us. I mean, when you on the court, you playing good, and then the Ingram and the McCollums and the Pelicans is trash. And so thus, I'm going with Brooklyn. Brooklyn Zoo. I like Brooklyn. One, because even though they ain't really got the star power, no Cam Thompson, Johnson, they ain't not really star powers. They can play. Ben Simmons, he always hurt sideline. I'm surprised they brought him back. But I like Schroeder, and I like the identity of Brooklyn. Is like meaning you could trust them to come out and play hard, no matter who they got on the court. You know what I mean? Claxton, they come into play, and I think they will come play tonight. They just played Cleveland tough. just played Boston tough. Two of the top teams in the East, when the East is in the house, oh my God, and in the NBA. And they held their own, even though they lost. Should be able to come on the road and beat an inferior team. In my estimation, with the pieces and the players that's going to be out there on the floor, I like Brooklyn. Next and final game of the night on the ticket, we got the LA Clippers at OKC. OKC dropped another home game, right? I think the last game they lost, that was at home too, right? Yeah, no, they lost at the Nuggets, so that was their first home game. Chet Holmgren got injured yesterday. I didn't see the game. I seen on the time ticker. I guess he fractured his hip bone or his pelvis. I don't know if he must have fell, or I'm gonna probably have to Google it and see what transpired and how he fractured his pelvis. You know what I mean? Like how the hell, you know, he tall and lanky, not really strong. You think of like a Kevin Garnett or, you know, Rasheed Wallace or, you know, just like a, you know, that type of frame player. You know what I mean? Tayshaun Prince from Detroit. You know what I mean? The lanky, rangy type of guys, right? You tall, you long, you athletic, but not really a lot of density. And I don't know if that's the case, but the same thing might be with Wembanyama. Subject to getting hurt possibly, you know what I mean? With that being said, Clippers is underdogs by 6.5, and rightfully so. I think OKC come out. I think they put foot to ass on some back-to-back at the crib. Like, even though we lost our guy, we're going to do it for our guy. And they say he's going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks. So that's a little about 2 months and some change. So we're looking at December, January, maybe by the All-Star weekend. After the All-Star weekend, he'll be back. But they got reinforcements coming. They got Hollistein from the Knicks, who that was a bad let go. We needed him on the Knicks. And JaY Williams, right? So they're going to have some players come back, but I think they got enough to beat the Clippers. The Clippers is another team. Got to prove it to me, Harden. Got to prove it to me. I know Powell been balling. He definitely like taking up the mantle of being the go-to guy for them, but I'm going with OKC tonight. All right, let's get to the locks. It's only 5 games. I'm going to give out 3 locks, see if we can get back to 500 at 35 and 35.
Yeah. Great fire. Rich famous.
When the chicken, then the money line clicking.
Those who do it daily 101 Popovism. Here go the locks. Not from Yonkers. The locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners. We going with Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. We going with Brooklyn. And we going with OKC to bounce back. 3 locks. Let me know who your locks is. Let me know what your parlays is. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. But y'all know who y'all was tuned in. Popovis from Popovis TV. NBA. Picking with Pop. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling. Back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.